Today's horoscope and tarot from Astrocademy, Scorpio March 1, 2022. The moon spends the day in your adventure sector, inspiring you to reach new heights. You seek a little extra emotional stimulation. Imagining new possibilities can be exciting now. You can feel inspired by a person's perspective or information that you come across now, and the desire to grow and develop your mind and knowledge base is in force. It's easier than usual to find things in common with others. You also may be particularly motivated to make personal improvements. The desire for just a little more from a relationship or project is with you. Fortunately, problem solving is easier today. Seems like you may have bigger fish to fry. For instance, today's moon will touch down on your bossy 10th house of career, public persona, and sense of authority, bringing fertile new beginnings to this area of your chart, but this doesn't mean you can't make time for love in the process. Although, with Venus retrograde in Capricorn until January 29th, starting a new relationship isn't suggested. The transits have been fairly easygoing all week with no major changes today, aside from the moon being in a fellow water sign, Pisces. The watery moon is intuitive and compassionate, perfect for bringing out your inner nurturer at work. Aside from this, magical Luna glows in your sector of experiences, higher education, and travel. You might be dreaming of taking your job to new lands or ideal workshops to hone a specific skill within your job. Make the most of these daydreams by finding opportunities that support your professional vision. Even though Mercury only returned to your financial sector last weekend, he is already slowing down and in a week from today will turn retrograde. The same ground that Mercury is crossing now, he will not only soon retrograde back over, but eventually for a third time. This gives you the freedom to test the waters and explore options, knowing that you don't have to get it right the first time. Your uncontrollable energy is causing you big problems. You are in a state of inner turmoil and find it difficult to remain calm. Your friends and relations find your behavior totally unpredictable. They can't make you out. Talk to others about your mental state, they will understand you better and give you good advice. You feel great about who you are and what you're doing. Finally, you're in a great space to love yourself and the others around you. Now reach out and help someone else embrace their uniqueness. If you're confused, sort out your contradictory feelings. In matters of the heart, it's difficult for others to be sensitive to your needs. Unfortunately, confusion on your part leads people to avoid you and you feel worse. In being more certain about your feelings, your desirability is enhanced and your outlook improves. Today's planetary transit makes you highly sensitive to the needs of others. You would like to see those around you feeling good. Truly, the most effective way of expressing this desire is to feel good yourself. Perhaps on your run today, you will feel like acknowledging other runners, connecting in that way that only people with sweat pouring down their faces can. Or you may want to attend a virtual yoga class where you can experience the group high of many people treating their bodies well. You will revel in the quiet nature of this day. A day like this offers you ample opportunity to complete many of the tasks that you have assumed. You probably don't have any social plans today, so you can feel free to work late tonight, or even plan on taking some work home. The atmosphere is likely to be introspective and pensive, one that should suit your nature as a 4 quite well. Make the most of this opportunity to do what you are most anxious about finishing. Your tarot reading for today. The moon, the Hierophant, and death. The moon conveys a field of dreams and imagination. She represents the subconscious of the individual and describes what one cannot explain. This card grants a superior place to the occult. Gone wrong, the moon represents phobias, anxieties, and repressed feelings that can lead to madness. Help is at hand. If you want wise counsel and moral guidance, put your trust in someone you have a lot of respect for. Don't allow others to influence you too much with what they want you to conform to. Be true to yourself. When considering your options, go with tried and tested traditional values, rather than the unconventional novel approach. For example, marriage is more likely to be your desire than a living together situation. This is a period of anxiety, depression, and fear with all the turmoil and distressing events happening in your life. It's time to show what you are made of. What has now come to an end leaves room for brand new beginnings in life, love, and career. However radical events may be in your life, believe that life goes on and life is what you make of it. Our eyes in the sky. This is not a day of logical, rational thinking, but rather a time of tender sentiments. Emotions could run high, and there could be a need to escape reality. This might mean that we want to believe in fairy tales, although we know they're a far cry from our mundane lives. This energy can also make us overly optimistic. We want to believe the best in others even though we know that they aren't always able to live up to our expectations and hopes. However, we still want to align with the positive vibe. It doesn't hurt to keep an open mind and heart and a positive mentality. To be honest, the world could use a little more optimism. Ride the energetic high you're feeling today. We are somewhat allergic to stress at this point, and due to heightened sensitivities, it benefits us to spend our time with others who are similarly conflict-averse. Calming environments where we are free to express ourselves tactily or creatively are good for our soul. As we are in a nurturing headspace, this aspect presents an ideal occasion to cook for loved ones or invite friends over to lounge and take the morning easy with coffee or tea. Mid-morning, our easygoing morning attitude may now have metastasized into something lazier and more lethargic than grounded and centered. Motivating ourselves can present a challenge, and we seem to operate under the potentially erroneous assumption that if something needs doing, someone else is already on it. Suppositions can make for awkward moments later, when we find that our optimism was unfounded.